Hi, I'm Peter from Embry-Riddle's Gates Aerospace Institute. Today I'm going to show you how to do a proper pre-flight inspection on the aircraft, batteries, and propellers of an unmanned aircraft system. Let's start with the aircraft. So here we have two aircraft, one that is fit for flight and one that is not. Can you notice any differences right offhand? Well, let's start with the good aircraft. When doing an inspection, start with the motors. Inspect them for any dirt or rocks that could be trapped in there from a previous flight. It's important to do this inspection without the propellers on. After inspecting the motors, you want to run along the seam of the aircraft, ensuring that the top and bottom of the aircraft are connected without a problem. Next, let's move down to the landing gear. The landing gear on these aircraft house the antennas, so they're extremely important for the operation. These landing gear look pretty good. Finally, let's move to the bottom and to the gimbal. It is important that the gimbal can turn without any hesitation in all directions. When doing this, do not force the gimbal in any direction it does not want to go. You will break it. It's also good to inspect the sensors on the bottom. Most of our aircraft have ultrasonic sensors. These can come in trouble if there's something within one of them. So make sure there's no debris or dirt in those. This aircraft looks good. Now let's take a look and notice why this aircraft is bad. Picking it up again, we start with the motors. They look pretty good. Let's go to the seam of the aircraft. This side looks good. However, this front side is a little bit damaged. You can see that it's separated, and just a slight bit. Let's go to the landing gear next. In this landing gear, we can see that it's separated a little bit. This tells us that the aircraft had a pretty hard landing. You can see it in multiple places, actually. This aircraft will need to be repaired. Let's inspect the gimbal on this one. Again, do not turn the gimbal if it will not move. Attempting to turn this gimbal is nearly impossible. The other directions look pretty good, but there's no yaw. Again, this aircraft will need to be sent for repair. Now let's take a look at the batteries. Simply looking at these batteries, you wouldn't be able to tell much of a difference. However, as soon as you pick them up, you can tell by feel. We have the good battery here and the bad battery here. By taking a closer look and feeling, you can say that one is puffed up. The puffed up battery is overheated and is no longer suitable for flight. This battery, if used, could cause an in-flight fire. And we all know that a drone flying around on fire is a very bad thing. So make sure to dispose of these batteries properly. Now let's talk about doing a basic pre-flight inspection on the propeller. Take the propeller and run your finger along the edges to make sure that there's no nicks or cracks in the propeller blades. Next, give the propeller a little bend to make sure that it has flexibility. This will ensure that it won't pop off during flight. Now, let's take a look at a bad propeller. This is clearly a bad propeller. Running our finger along the edge shows that there's many nicks and cracks along the propeller blade. In addition to great wear and tear, this propeller is no longer safe for flight. Thanks for joining us today. I hope that these tips and tricks help you maintain your fleet better. We'll see you next time.